Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV here at Titusville High School. I am Frank. That is Bill. That is Cindy. That's Kyle. He's been here so many times at this point, we might as well just get invested in him now.
He's part of the show.
Yeah, he's been here for so long. It is what it is. How is everybody? How's it going?
Good, man. Yeah. I should go to camera.
Everybody's like so into that conversation.
You know who comes home tonight?
Your daughter? Okay, that's awesome.
There we go.
That's pretty special.
Yep, she'll be home all summer.
Tell me more.
That's what you think.
Yeah, she'll be residing in Brevard County this summer, but she probably won't be home.
Do you already have plans for her? Like a million things you guys are going to do?
Do I have plans in my mind? Yes.
Yeah? Give me a for instance.
Will they conflict with her plans? Probably.
Give me a for instance.
Anything. I would do anything to spend time with her. We have reached that age. I remember when she was little and like all you would pray for is like 5 minutes to yourself. Now I'm like, hey, if you wanted to just sit on the couch and look at each other, we could.
How old now?
She's a freshman in college.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
How did her first semester go?
Amazing. She's amazing. God, I'm so lucky. She's amazing.
She's pretty special. Bill, you were saying today was testing?
Well, we are in testing season. The month of May in the public school system is testing season.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of tests. There were the FAST test.
Are the FAST tests fast?
Dude, I don't know why. Don't get me started on why they name, what they name. You'll get me fired.
Dude, that was such a good question. So I was.
It's reasonable, is it not?
It's as with everything in education, it's an acronym.
Yeah.
What it means, the F is probably for Florida.
Academic?
Could be.
Scholar?
Lord knows.
Standardized testing.
Yes. Florida academic maybe it is. That's a great guess, Cindy.
Could be. I have no idea.
I can come up with other acronyms, but they're probably
not appropriate. But I do know that it's a high-stakes test. The 10th graders, they took it on Tuesday. The 10th graders have to pass it to graduate.
That's crazy.
And if they don't...
They don't graduate.
No, then they have to retake it over the next 2 years until they get a score so they can graduate. And you want to talk about something that is nerve-wracking.
So they can't graduate high school about a test that they took in 10th grade.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's 2 tests. They also take the algebra end of course exam sometimes in their 9th grade year that they have to pass as well.
So they'll move them on if they don't pass it.
Yes.
They just can't eventually graduate.
Well, they cannot graduate until they pass. Now they
give them.
Well, they give them opportunities to take other tests. They can take the SAT
in place of it
and get what they call a concordance score, a score that's equivalent, so that you can, if you get a certain thing on the SAT, that counts.
So you can fail that test, take the SATs or ACTs later on,
right?
And if you get a grade that they go, yeah, all right, okay,
right,
okay,
right, but that grade changes all the time. The state
what grade changes all the time?
What the equivalency score is. It changes. I had a student.
How is that fair?
Listen. Oh, it ain't fair.
So you're telling me something they took in 10th grade, the test that what you need to pass it by the time you get to 12th could change from what it was then?
Let me tell the story.
I'm just mind blown. I'm mind blown.
And I had a junior who got a, let's say, 244. And if she was a senior, that would have been passing. But because she was a junior, she needed a 250.
Why would you need higher as a junior than you would a senior? Wouldn't you technically know more when you were a senior than when you were a junior?
Get on your phone, call Tallahassee, ask them.
No, but am I the only person?
They change it all the time as to what you need and what it needs to be. That's my problem. I thought tests were
supposed to be standardized.
It's not. They are not. You're talking about a norm reference test where you get a 70, that's passing, no matter what. It's not norm reference. It's not criterion reference. It's norm reference. So a certain percentage have to fail, which is...
Have to fail?
Have to fail, because it's the bell curve.
What?
They have to fail.
If not, it's too easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they say.
Does every state do this, or is this just a Floridian thing?
This is testing.
Everybody's got a different version of it for every state, I'm sure.
Did you never have to take statistics?
No, I took.
Yeah, and didn't they teach you about the bell curve and all
Yes,
that?
sir. Yes, I remember it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what this
Dealt
is all
with it in
based on.
college also. Yes.
That's all what this is based on. And this is statisticians.
Well, the way
that
we did the
are
bell
making
curve
policy.
is the higher the grade you got, the less of the curve you got to help you. So it like whoever was at the bottom set the curve, you know what I mean, for where it's at. It doesn't mean that person necessarily failed. It just means you had a lesser curve in the grand scheme of things. Didn't mean that so many people had to fail to get to that spot, if you catch my drift.
Right.
But like you must fail, Bobby.
Well,
I don't know why his name. Sorry, Bobbies in the world.
he sounded a little bit like Hank Hill.
He
didn't
did, yeah.
He was doing a little Hank Hill.
What's Bobby's dumb? Is that?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, what's wrong with Bobby?
What are you
man?
implying, Frank?
Come on.
There's
Bobby's his email address is.
Maybe I used the wrong vernacular. Okay, maybe it wasn't Bobby. Maybe it was Bob.
Ears.org. Ears.org. Frank Robb. Just,
Yeah, it's not too hard to find, honestly. Let's be honest. It's not too hard to find. All right, let's jump into our conversation with Kyle. Kyle,
Let's do it.
you are the first ever guest to be on the podcast 3 times.
3 times.
How does this make you feel?
I feel important.
Tell me your feelings.
I feel like you guys are my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely been good every time. You guys are. It's always cool to come down for sure. I got lost today though. I didn't get lost the first 2
Welcome to
times.
Titusville.
Yeah, I drove past it and then it took me in like a neighborhood and then everyone was behind me and I was like trying to get out and I'm just like, everyone hates me right now.
Yeah, he calls me. He's like, is Amos near where you're at? I said, I have no idea what you're talking
Dude.
about.
I
Like, I'm
drove
confused.
by and had to
Down
come
there,
back.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, I never
He's
heard
like,
of
I was like,
Amos.
there's a football
Where the
field.
funeral
I was like,
home
I don't
is.
even never.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever made it to the football field the last couple times.
Yeah, you would have stopped
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah,
You would've stopped
ideally not.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Now, what has been exciting happening in the life of Kyle? Tell me all the things.
The sound company's been growing and growing. We've definitely been doing a lot of events, and then the band's just been trucking. Definitely been doing a lot more of the band I have personally, and then just kind of like managing the books and everything of the sound company. And I got like a bunch of good guys. You've seen them out there at a bunch of the
It seems like
events.
any
Yeah.
event I go to now where there's sound, I'm like,
There's a guy.
I know those people. Oh, I know those
Yeah.
people. Look at the shirts they're wearing.
Yeah.
I know the guy who runs that. Like, I
Yeah.
know that guy.
I could only be in so many places. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
So
Dude, it's awesome. You were talking about, that you made friends here. I feel like the first conversation me and you ever had, I can tell you where I was at when I had the conversation. And I remember just the way it went. I was like, man, this dude are going to be fast friends. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just the way it went down. I was like, that's my kind of people. I was on the Roy Bridges Bridge, underneath the Roy Bridges Bridge on the Kennedy Space Center, working on a wildlife call. And that's whenever you'd called me back and we started talking. So it was, I remember it very well.
it was about the first fest.
It was. I was like, dude, look, I'm a nonprofit. We're on a limited budget. I have no idea how I'm going to pull off what it is I need to pull off. And you were like, yeah, be happy to help you. We kind of talked about it all. And you're like, yeah, I can, we'll figure it out. And I was like, wow, I think he's actually willing to help.
I was excited.
What's going on?
You seem like a good dude too. So back then too, I was all about like, oh man, this would be a good community, be part of something that's positive. Like, you don't want to go out there and be, something that's negative, and then you're like, yeah, we're the sound for it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's like,
yeah, let's not put my name on
don't
that.
wear your shirts, guys. We're getting paid. Just don't wear your shirt.
Don't wear your
right?
shirt.
Yeah.
We don't need the
Wear somebody
advertisement.
else's shirt.
Right.
Yeah. Here's some other company's shirt that advertise them that we're supporting this event.
Make sure everybody sees it. Walk
Yeah.
right in front of the cameras if there's cameras there,
So
please.
epic.
Now, have you guys been traveling? The band been traveling?
Yeah, a lot. We've been basically, same like areas. Like a lot of the time, it's like during the summer they do all the festivals.
The
and
festivals,
stuff.
yeah. Okay.
We have a tour coming up in July this year where we're going to play Incarceration Festival again. It's like up in Ohio. It's where it's like a prison ground that used to be like an old, prison. I don't know if it was like early 1900s or something, but it's not anymore. And they have the whole area to where like they set it up to where like, all the bands play, and it's like a huge festival.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That
So,
sounds pretty crazy.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
We're playing Florida for 3 days before we go. The closest local one around here is in Satellite Beach, and then I think we're playing Tampa.
Where in
There's
the
like
world are you playing at Satellite Beach?
Winfields. It's a small like club there. It's only like 300 capacity, but it's like I know the owner, and we played up there before, and I got a lot of people in the area that have been like, Kyle, come on, man, you play a show around here, like. And we kind of haven't played in like over a year around here. We've played, but you know what I mean? It's not the biggest area for heavy, music and stuff, but we're doing it for the homies. You know what I mean? We're coming back and we're doing it for the homies.
At some point, I'm telling you, we've talked about this. We're going to do Full Metal Ego Fest.
Dude, I'm down.
At some point, we're going to do Full Metal Ego Fest. Yeah.
Dude, I'm down, dude.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think maybe next year we do that.
I'll be excited.
That'd
more
be
exciting than playing in a 300-person, venue. We could do something epic outside, especially in the Florida. They got the thing in Daytona this weekend that they've been doing for 15 years or something. Rockville or whatever.
Yeah, it's up. I forget what it's called, but it's in the amphitheater up there.
I think it's Rockville is what it's called. But they have they're doing they were doing it in Jacksonville for the longest time, and then something happened up there, and then they moved it down to the Speedway or something like that. But it's like it started off, not as big, and then just kept getting bigger and bigger. Now it's like one of the biggest concerts in, I want to say, the world or the country. They say for attendance wise, and that's right in our back door of Florida. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
You know what I mean?
Who are you guys traveling with this year? What other bands are you guys with?
Fortunate Losers from Canada. That's the band that we're doing the main tour with. But they're just kind of doing, I guess, the 3 Florida shows. But then we go to North Carolina, Kentucky, and like Ohio and Michigan. It's just like a short run. But those shows, they're just going back to Canada or something. They're coming down like pro bono, like I guess because of everything going on, in like the country. They can't really work, you know what I'm saying? So they're just coming to play the shows, just to come on vacation and play the shows. Yeah. But we can't technically pay them or anything like that because of the way that the system is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're visitors.
Their work,
so,
they
need to have a work visa.
Yeah, but the way that it is right now, the kid was telling me, he's like, dude, it's like impossible to get. But we already had planned this out for like a year. And he's like, we still want to come, but he's like, and I was like, so what do you want me to do? And he's just like, well, you guys just, whatever, you just keep the pay, then I don't know. And I'm like,
buy us a really fancy dinner.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah, that's what he says. He's like, I'll take you out for dinner. It's so funny that you said, he's like, I'm going to take you out for dinner or something, man. He's like, I appreciate you. And I was like, I think I should be taking you out to dinner because I can't even buy you, or pay you, but he said, we're going to go to Canada and stuff too. So I'll try to I always try to give it back if I can. If something, we'll go there. I'll be like, cool, we're coming on vacation. We're not doing our work visa because you have to do the same thing.
Right.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Maybe he picks up a gift while he's here. Maybe somebody gives him a watch or something.
Yeah, just a watch. Yeah. You should be there and be like, are you the guy from Canada? Here's a sandwich and a watch, bro. I got you a sandwich and a watch, dude. You're a good guy.
Oh, Lord. That's freaking hilarious. All right, so we were talking about this a little bit before the podcast started, and now I need to ask you this question and then ask it from both directions. A musical writer, okay? So I've been learning about what writers are. The few events I've done now, I'm kind of learning what a writer is. I want to hear your opinion on this from a musician and from a person who runs a sound company. What's normal and what's crazy? And what do you guys do versus what kind of stuff do you guys see? Because, maybe explain to people what a writer is, and then, I don't know, good luck with that chaos I just gave you.
Okay, so from a writer standpoint, I feel like the writer part of it, like if you're the person buying the show or something like that, the writer is like basically an add-on to what they're already getting. What I would get from the audio company is like an input list or
interesting,
or stage plot or something, and that kind of gives me a schematic of how the band's going to be set up. Imagine like a pitcher, the guitar player is always on the right side, but he has a microphone, you know what I mean? And then they'll break down the pitcher in words next to it, like, you know what I mean? Microphone, we want it on channel 7. If they, you know what I mean? Some people don't care as much, you know what I mean? And sometimes you get it and they're like, did you look at it? And then you're like, nah, man, but I got enough mics. Like, it's going to sound good. Like, sorry. You know
I know what to do.
But the writer then is basically like if they're asking for food, drinks, or do they need a runner, like kind of, stuff like that. Like sometimes towels, you know what I mean? Whatever they're thinking they need. Like sometimes they'll even be like, yo, we need a room close to the stage area where we can get ready that needs to have said, like, I need this special lotion, or I got to take a shower before I play. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah.
So you're saying more what I'm thinking of. They're two different animals then. There's a technical rider, I guess.
Yep.
And then a rider, which is a bunch of who knows what.
Yeah.
I only want purple Skittles in my bowl.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any weird requests like that?
I mean, not sometimes but my level of buying shows, like even as like in the band and stuff and being in the sound company, I work with a lot of promoters like you. And I work hand.
I've never been called that. It's
well, I mean, for the show, that's technically what you are for the show.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
So,
I just never thought about it that way.
If I'm like leaned on, or you know what I mean, and they're like, "Hey, Kyle," you know what I mean, because you've done this so many times, I've seen a bunch of just weird stuff like on that, but it's never me personally getting that. So most of the time we'll be like, if it's my friend, for instance, like sometimes I'm like, "Yo, dude from Head PE called me. They need shows. Can you hook them up and get them a show?" And then I'm like, "Here you go." And then I just hand it off to you. And then you'll come back and be like, "Yo, they said they needed 6 blue Gatorades and this, and this." And then sometimes they don't care. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just on there. And sometimes they don't care. But then sometimes you're like, "Yo, we better get that for them or they're going to trip." Like, you know what I mean? Or you can buy them out, too. So if they have, like, said thing, you can basically be like, "Okay, cool, like this all equals $150. I don't feel like going to get it for them. Let's just offer a buyout." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. And then how you were joking around.
I didn't know those were things that
yeah,
happened.
the M&Ms or whatever you were talking about.
That was Cindy.
Yeah. So what I would think of is if you had that, then you just show up in the room and there's just a bucket of money. You know what I mean? And I'm cool with that. I'm like, dude, they hit it. They did fine. They did great on the rider today. Look at this bowl of money.
Nailed it.
Great. You did great.
A bowl of pennies.
Yeah, a bowl of pennies. Hey, they're becoming more and more valuable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. People are laughing now, and then I'm like, "Yo, give me my penny, dude. I'm trying to keep a bunch of those." You know what I'm saying?
Are they taking them out of circulation?
Yeah. They don't make them.
They don't make them anymore.
Yeah,
and they're taking them out of circulation.
I don't know about that.
Well, they're just gradually going out of
eventually,
circulation. They're getting more and more rare.
Every penny that falls down the sewer, we're one step closer, dude. Yeah.
Inflation.
You ever seen that where they make the penny like tiles and stuff places? Yeah, you're like,
people will be chipping those off their floor soon.
Don't be doing that no more. Yeah.
Penny tiles?
You never seen that? Like,
no, it sounds pretty neat though.
Yeah.
I've never seen penny tiles.
It's like they get all new or used, or you can pick the color of the tarnish. You get what I'm saying? Like, this penny's brand new. It's super shiny. You've seen it then.
Oh, yeah.
And then they do that epoxy thing or something, where they dump the clear stuff down.
Yep.
And I seen, like, it looks awesome when you see it on the floor.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it, but I've seen it with other things.
Other things that you could imagine it. And it's just like, when you're looking at it from here, you're like, "Oh, that's cool." And then you get close and you realize it's pennies. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like so, but.
So somebody like real high end, they're dropping dimes, huh?
Yeah, they're dropping dimes, bro. Dude, if anyone had like quarters or something, you'd be like, "Dude,
like,
what did you went hard.
Class.
You went hard on this, dude."
Now, you were telling me a little bit beforehand that you're kind of a little bit of a health nut.
Oh yeah.
Walk us through the things you do, for your personal health. Like, walk us through, because we were talking about me jumping in cold areas.
You started off by asking him how old he was, which is a rude question.
Yeah.
And
we were taught. I didn't mean it like that.
And then he was talking about how you anti-aging.
Yeah.
You're into the anti-aging thing.
Yeah. What is it called? Biohacking, almost, more than like being healthy.
Biohacking?
Yeah, but that's what they call it. So it's like there's a bunch of studies now, as deep as they've gone into it, about like certain things you can do. Besides, obviously, you want to eat healthy. And if you don't research the food you're eating, like, you could be eating garbage whether you know it or not. If you're not aware of that, then you're not with the times. You know what I mean? Anyone could be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to go eat Taco Bell or whatever no matter what." But everyone knows that this probably isn't good for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's a different step. But I eat healthy as well. But biohacking, I mean, is basically where you start doing like different chemical compounds, or you start trying to find out what you're deficient in or something like that, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So each one of us has a deficiency, whether we're aware of it or not. And there's like a blood test or something you can take, and it tells you like, "Oh, you need, more blah 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 vitamin because it's like people think like I just need vitamin C, or you know what I mean. You're like, if you do this, you'll be healthy because I'm healthy, and that we don't all have the same DNA structure, so that's not true at all. So it's like you might be more deficient and need to take this, but her body produces a bunch of it, so there's no reason. So in a nutshell, I've been trying to figure out, what is my deficit or whatever you want to call it. So I started going down the rabbit hole of, certain, vitamins or compounds or whatever you want to call it. So one of the main things to start my day off, I learned from, you drink lemon water, you squeeze half a lemon. I think I told you about this before. Yeah. So you do half the lemon, chug the lemon. It's supposed to like detox your liver. Then after that, you're supposed to, take like celery or something like that. And you take the whole stalk and you just juice it and you chug that, and it's supposed to like detoxify or whatever. I do that every day, like straight up every day.
That is dedication.
Yeah, every day when I wake up, I chug the lemon water the second I wake up. And I think on top of that, you're super dehydrated. Like when you first wake up because you haven't drank anything for 8 hours or however long you've been sleeping. So you're instantly hydrated. You get like a nice little energy boost. But then from that, I go into I finish that, then I do the ice bath like I was telling you guys about. I have like the whole refrigerated system.
So you have a full-on morning routine.
Full on, yeah. I mean, sometimes like I would say 5 out of the 7 days a week I hit it. Maybe 2 days I can't because of work or something. You know what I mean? But like I literally do like an ice bath like 4 or 5 days a week. And I do the lemon water almost every day, and the celery probably 6 to 7 days a week for sure.
Does the ice water get easier the more you do it? Or
no,
it sucks
brutal.
every single time?
It sucks every time. It's so brutal. I mean, maybe I'm looking back and I can't see how hard it was back then, but I'm telling you, like, you procrastinate. Like, you'll be sitting there,
I don't want to do this.
And I'm like, dude, nah, like, no, I need to like let the dogs out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just find something else.
You go start a load of laundry.
Yeah, laundry. Yeah, no way. Because when I get out of the ice, if I don't have a towel, it's not gonna be good.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Ice water. Like you're looking at it and you're just like, I do not want to do this today. But when you get out, I swear it is a euphoric feeling. You literally feel like you just like, I call it the cryo chamber. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, I know I just did like something. You know what I mean? Like that was crazy.
That had to
you
fix
feel
something
recharged.
in my body.
So you come out of the ice bath then, and you're supposed to do that before you like go to the gym or anything. You would think like, oh, I do it after. That's what I thought originally. But it does something to give you like such a jolt of energy. So then from that point, I go to the gym, and then I do like a 2-hour session at the gym, like straight crazy, whatever body group, like single body group. But I make like a shake before I go. It's not like a shake. It's it's got creatine, HCl creatine too, because monohydrate creatine is like harder for you to absorb. That's the one where you like, put on water weight, if you've ever heard of it or something. Mm-hmm. But it's the HCl, when you're absorbing it, apparently you don't put on the water weight, and you don't have to take as much to get the same compound effect. So instead of taking 5 like grams of creatine, you can take like 0.75 grams of creatine HCl. And it's supposed to be good for your cognitive thinking, like healing. They said everyone should be taking creatine. It's like one of the most studied, I think it is the most studied supplement of all time, or you know what I mean? It has like the longest history reports, and everyone always thought it was, for the workout guy. But they say it's really good for like brain health, memory and stuff like that. So
I did not know that.
I take that almost every day. Then I take a lion's mane, the mushroom lion's mane. It's supposed to, it's one of the only thing that rebuilds your brain cells and stuff like that, and your memory.
I've never heard of that before either.
Yeah, it's supposed to help fight against Alzheimer's and stuff like that. It's one of the most, like, check it out, lion's mane mushroom. And I take the extract, because you can just eat it and still get the benefits from it, but I take a tincture. It's from Life Cycle, and it's like super potent compound thing they were making in like Australia, and now they have it over here. I seen it on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I'm like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? And then I started taking it, and I felt like my memory, like my ability to like, remember like stuff, or like even just conversations or everything. I was like, whoa, like this is definitely like giving me something. You seen the movie Limitless or whatever?
I was literally,
Right.
as you started talking about that, I started thinking about that movie.
They say that the lion's mane is the most natural and realest thing we have on Earth that is equivalent to what that movie's trying to say. It can't do what the Limitless drug did.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm telling you, if I'm like at 80%, it's bringing me up to like 85, 90 or something. You know what I mean? It's giving me a boost for sure. And then that company also has a bunch of other, health benefit mushrooms like cordyceps, turkey tail, shiitake, all this other crazy stuff that you take. So it was like, oh, I'll see what they all do, but they all have like, they give you energy or something. If you research each one, like cordyceps gives you energy. They say they were dropping it on dead ants and it was bringing them like back to life. They call it the zombie mushroom because they were like, how is it giving life back to these mushrooms? I was researching it all, before I took it, and I'm like, okay. And I took that and I felt like, like when you take coffee or something, like it was literally like that, but it's supposed to dump oxygen into your blood. And that's where you're getting the energy from instead of just being like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, you know what I mean? And I drink coffee too. I'm not against coffee at all, but it's like a more, natural. So that's why we haven't even got there. I'm not even out of the gym yet. You see how crazy my routine is?
This is awesome.
Like,
yeah.
this is crazy. Like, I'm telling you. And then I take beet powders in the same shake because beet powder drops your
Wait, so all the mushroom stuff and beet powder?
yeah, everything.
Does this thing taste nasty as all get out?
Terrible. Terrible. And then I don't do any I won't do like natural flavors in it. So the natural flavor is lemon. I just take the tinctures too. You just drop them in your mouth. So the shake is like kind of different. The tinctures are terrible no matter what.
Okay, so it's the mushrooms, it's the creatine, it's the celery,
Yep.
it's the lemon juice,
Beet powder.
beet powder.
Yeah, but you got to do it all.
Are you putting
in
this
orders.
all together?
No.
It's all separate things.
Lemon water first, then the celery, then
Dude, how do you have any room left? That's like
then
that's
the
your entire day's worth of
mushrooms.
stuff.
I don't eat either. That's another thing. Like I won't eat till I get out of the gym. That's what's crazy.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to like
So you're burning all that off pretty much.
fast or whatever. That's what gets me through the gym. But they say when you eat food, that's another thing. Like you're supposed to technically only eat once a day. Back in the day, we hunt all day. If you think about it,
I would drop dead
because
obviously.
we're so used to it
Yep.
though. That's what
Yep.
it is. But back in the day, the three of us would be out hunting all day while the women are back getting ready. We are like, hey, we finally killed a cow, and or whatever we killed, like, you know what I mean? And then you have to take it home and eat it. Like that whole process, like we ain't snacking on like a muffin. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't like, hey man, it's muffin 30. Like I need a muffin real quick. Like, you know what I mean? We're like, hey dude, like we got to kill this deer or we ain't eating today. You know what I mean? And we're going to fast till tomorrow if we don't eat this right now.
When you have a chance to eat it, you're
So,
going to eat as much as you can.
They say that
Yeah.
that heightened state of being like a hunter, like you're in that mode. Like we're not out here. Like you can't, I mean, you could call it the killer instinct or whatever you want to call it, but we're out here and we're just like, cool, we're doing our job, and you know what I mean? But we're not like, man, if I don't do my job, I ain't eating today. Like, you know what I mean? So it creates a heightened sense. Like, and Michael Jordan used to do it. That's how I found out about the fasting. And think about it, Michael Jordan, they're like, he wouldn't eat food and stuff before the game, and he'd be like, nah, it's gonna slow me down. You know what I mean? Because
it does.
It's
It
think
does.
about
It's
it. You eat a big meal. The minute you're done, you're just like, you know what I mean? You're done.
That's true.
So if you I try to avoid that. That moment until later on in the day or something like that, basically.
I've talked to my interns about this, and I've talked to family about it before too. There's something with the work we do when you have like a real energy dump, or I'm trying to think of the correct terminology to use here, but whenever you're in the middle of catching an animal and there's this adrenaline dump, and you don't, I don't feel it the way I used to feel it by any means. But there's something about being able to have that in your life that I swear it keeps you younger and healthier working wise. Whenever you can have that happen to you a couple times a day, there's something really good about that.
It's dropping probably something into your blood or something, like the same thing with like the ice bath or something like that. I obviously don't know what it is or something, but you would think that it's giving you some type of natural dump of something that's like, keeping you going. A lot of these people that I work with a couple people that like do the audio stuff and stuff like that, and some of these dudes are like I want to say like 80 something or something like that. And they go out there and they still do stuff. And like you said, it's like they're out there doing it, and that's probably why they're just continuing on. And then you got other, people that just retire and end up not doing anything, and then they, pass away quicker.
It's different versions of battle joy.
Yeah.
I truly believe it's different versions of battle joy that get you there, that just whatever's going on just kind of moves you past it.
Yeah, it's
just
crazy.
kind of keeps you rolling through it. Yeah, I know for me personally, I was having SI joint issues on my left side, and I started doing, warm showers followed by the coldest I could make it go for as long as I could take it.
Yeah.
And you never want to do it. You never, it's exactly what you're saying. Like, man, I just had a nice warm shower. I don't want to go super duper cold, but there's something about going from the warm to the super cold and leaving it there to the point where you're like, I need to get out of the shower now. I'm frozen. And you feel good the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You feel good the rest of the day.
It's the inflammation though. We're inflamed by a lot of stuff, and I think the cold brings it down. You know what I mean?
You have to give me a list of the things you're taking. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'll try it. I'll give it a try.
I'll send you the companies and everything. Yeah.
I think people don't maybe understand too. I get this from educational programs. Being the person that's on, and being the focus of the attention, and having to pour out your energy and your knowledge. Bill, I don't know how in the world you do it, but having to do that in front of a group of people, a large group of people for an hour. After you're done with that, you're just wasted. You're done. For the rest of the day, you have nothing left. What is that like from your perspective, performing in large groups of people? When you get done with that, are you just totally wiped out?
Yeah, but I feel like there's like a spin down, almost like when you get done with like a sports game or something.
So there's a battle cry to that too, pretty much.
Yeah, but say you were at like level 10, like during the experience, like you only drop maybe down to like an 8 or a 7. So usually like when we get done, like I'm still pretty hyped, so I'll go talk to the crowd and do stuff in that. But I'd say after 30 minutes of being like, hey, signed a bunch of stuff, said, hi to everybody and stuff. And I love, I'm so appreciative because we're not huge. So when people like us, I'm grateful. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, cool. You guys really liked it. But after you do that, maybe say for like a half an hour after the show, that's when it hits me. And I'll just be like, yeah, I totally just ran around a bunch. I need to just chill.
I am tired.
Yeah. And you kind of have a little bit, I don't get it as much, but you have that anxiety for the day. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man, I got to perform tonight. I'm doing all this. You're thinking about it. So I feel like that almost wears yourself out. So I try to keep busy before we have to play. Because if you just put me in a room for 4 hours before I got to play, I'm just like, oh man, we got to play in 4 hours. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there tweaking the whole time.
What if something goes wrong?
Yeah, what if something's going to go wrong? You know what I mean? I need to just get out there, and then when it starts going wrong, just be there. You know what I mean? If you can think about any event, that's the worst. I've really tried in the last couple of years to forget about the 10 days in front of me. Because
anticipation.
Dude, if you think about all that, it is heavy. You know what I mean? You're like, we have to do that Thursday, and it's like we're doing this still. I'm stressed.
Only
I'm stressed out right now. This is crazy.
What is the next evolution of BIFYM audio? Where do you you guys have, each time we talk to you, you guys have leveled up.
Yeah.
What's the next evolution from where you're at now?
We got to get a bigger mobile stage. We got stages and stuff, but I want to get they call it a SL 100 or a SL 250 or something like that. And that's what you see where those guys just drive in the stage and they just hit a bunch of buttons and it comes up.
The county has one of those.
Yeah. It's industry standard for big acts. So sometimes when you get the rider and stuff like that, that would be something on there. It'd be we need an SL 100 stage or something equivalent. You know what I mean? So sometimes they give you the tech rider and it will have what they want, but if you can, give them a Pepsi instead of a Coke or something like that, they'll deal with it. You know what I mean? So
there's people that demand stage types.
If they're big, dude, I mean, usually when you're in that realm, there's a lot of money going around to where they're and for them from the acts standpoint too, everyone's used to seeing my band on this big stage and, this presentation, I can't have something smaller. Or maybe I travel with, $500,000 worth of lights. How am I going to hang that up on your little rinky-dink stage that can't hold the weight? So it's I'm almost protecting myself. I'm not sending it to you to be rude. I'm sending it so that way if you can't hang my lights before I get there, we figure out another way to do it, basically. That's how I look at it. And I've played, if you haven't played both sides of the fence, you don't understand everybody's position in the game. And then people start getting rude. For me, I'm like, oh, the promoter's being rude right now because he's totally stressed out.
Because everything's going wrong.
All I do,
nobody's listening.
Yeah, like there was a guy like that like a couple of weeks ago. He's like tripping. You know what I mean? He's like not rude or nothing, but you could just tell he's like, oh man, this guy's having a rough day. And I just looked at him and he's like, what do you think? And I go, I think we're good over here, man. And you got all this stuff going on here. And I go, you're not going to even hear from us today. So I go, if you're worried about everything else, I go handle that. And if we need you, we'll come get you. But I'm pretty sure you're not going to hear back from me until the end of the event. You know what I mean? And I was like, you don't need to worry about me. And I was just making sure that
must have taken a huge weight off that guy's chest.
You could tell he was like, for real? And I was like, yeah, man, we're good over here. And he never came back to the end of the event. And then at the end, you know, his guy came or whatever. I don't even think it was him. It was his guy, the pay guy or whatever, you know, to come pay our guys. And my buddy was like, said that he was just like, dude, he was super thankful. He's like, he's glad that you guys didn't even, like, he didn't have to ask us anything. Like, he was like, he couldn't believe it. Like, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want to ask. I already hired you, so I didn't have to worry about this all day. That's why I'm paying you. You know what I mean? I'm here to facilitate your stress, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to give everybody, that's what I always say, I'm trying to make your day as easy as possible. I go, that's why you paid me. You know what I mean?
That's what gives you such a unique vision on all this stuff, because you do it from all the sides. Not many musicians can say that, I'm sure.
It's stressful, and I will state from being a musician, you have a lot going on, and to be really, really good at your instrument, you have to put in a lot of time and your brain power into that. And I think that's why you see some of these savants, like really, really good musicians. You would never catch one that is as business savvy as I am, because I spend more time doing that. But I can't play guitar like some of those guys either. I can write a good song, you know what I mean? And I can play guitar good. But the guy that spent, you know, all day worrying about that while I'm in, you know, 3 business meetings to figure out how to get that guy and me to the best show possible. You know what I mean? That's where it's like, I just got to show up and sing. They always tell me that. They're like, are you ready? I'm like, yep, I got the microphone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Yep, voice is working. We're good, dude. Is your guitar tuned? Like, you know what I mean?
God, we really appreciate you taking the time to come and chat with us. Man, EcoFest is 2 weeks away, coming up super duper quick. Very thankful for you, the work you do. We're super excited about. I'm gonna make my way to Satellite Beach and hear you playing Satellite Beach.
That'll be cool.
I'm gonna sneak over
there.
All right. I'm gonna sneak in.
Hey,
I'll
you
sneak
guys
in there
heard
somewhere.
that? If he's not there,
I'm gonna sneak over
July 11th. He's like, oh man, that's my birthday. I gotta get out. I'm not gonna be in town.
Nope. I'm gonna put on the calendar when we're done here, and I'm gonna sneak over there.
I got you.
Yeah, I'll be there.
That's cool.
Thank you again so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Bill, Cindy.
Yes, sir.
Everything good?
Yes.
Everything is copacetic?
Indeed.
In the podcast world?
In the podcast world.
All right, we're going to wrap this thing up then. Thank you all for tuning in to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV here at Titusville High School. If you'd like to learn more about EEARSS, you can go over to EEARSS.org.com or Alligator Robb with 2 B's.com. Take you all to the same place. Don't make it more confusing than it actually is. It's not that confusing. We have EEARSS the Environment EcoFest coming up on May 23rd in Cocoa Village. Believe it or not, there's a couple huge events happening at the same spot that day. There's going to be a Comic-Con, an EcoFest Comic-Con, happening inside the Civic Center from 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m. And then all you got to do is walk. My little fingers are moving. You walk outside, and there's going to be a huge event from 4 to 10. Here's the Environment EcoFest. We're going to have 22 different nonprofits there talking about the work they're doing, the things they have going on, along with us, of course, EEARSS. We're going to have 9 food trucks, 4 bands. It's going to be an awesome evening, a great time. Come out there with your families. It's completely free. The idea is for you guys to come learn what everybody's working on and things they're doing. We're going to have some awards we're handing out. It's going to be a great time. Come enjoy it. Soak it up. We hope to see you there. We'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.